thing I already did to my face is I did my eyebrows because those take forever to do. And I also primed my eyelids. I just used some concealer, this one here from Maybelline, the one I always use. And then I put the Loreal primer on top just to really help brighten up the colors that I'm going to be applying on my lids. And then I applied some hydrating lotion from Mary Kay, the Botanical Effects one. And now I'm going to use my eyeshadows. I'm going to be using the Violet Vozz Pro palette. I'm going to be taking my Sigma E40 blending brush from Sigma. And I'm going to be picking up the shade Transition, which is this shade right. No, actually, no, I'm going to use Bestie because it's a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm going to be blending this all over my crease and above my crease a little bit. My crease. Just to use as my transition shade. You always want to apply a transition shade. That way the color on your lid and the color on your brow bone both mixed, like blend together nicely, so you won't have like just a sharp line here and a sharp line up here. The transition goes right in the middle and it helps blend all of the colors together. It makes your blending process so much easier too. So blend this out here, all over, nothing precise. Oh shoot, I just took the shade Transition. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take the shade Transition as well because I just put it all over my brush. I'm just gonna mix Bestie and Transition again. It doesn't matter. Transition is just a little bit darker, so it's alright. We'll use both. Now I gotta add Transition on this side. Following that, I'm taking my Morphe M330 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Hashtag, which is this beautiful orangey shade. Now, really quickly, I've been forgetting, I have the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette right here, and a lot of the shades on this palette, of the Violet Vozz palette, remind me of shades here. So if you're a person that doesn't have this palette whatsoever, and you want to kind of recreate this look, instead of using the shade Bestie, which is my transition shade, you can go ahead and use this shade right here. I'll put the name, the number of it in case you don't have the palette and you still want to kind of get the similar shades. Use this shade right here, and then for the shade Hashtag, which is the orange shade I'm about to use, that one there, use this shade right here, which is really, really similar. So I'll put again the numbers on the screen somewhere or down below in the description bar. So yeah, I feel like those two are very identical in a way. I swatched them the other day. So anyways, I'm gonna pick up the shade Hashtag. I'm gonna place it all in the crease. With the same Morphe M330 brush, I'm going to be taking the shade Teddy Bear, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of Teddy Bear on the outer V just to add a little bit of dimension, but I want it to be very fresh and like not dark or smoky, you know, so, but I'm just going to apply a little bit right out here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this shader brush from Isabella Phantom. It is a little bit stained, but it's clean. I'm going to use the shade Cool Beans, which is this gorgeous taupey shimmery shade. It's just so pretty. I love it so much. I'm going to be placing it on the brush first, and then I'm going to be spraying my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Spray. The reason you want to put the eyeshadow on the brush first and then spray it with the spray is because if you spray it with the spray first and then you dig it into your eyeshadow, you're gonna like mess up your eyeshadow. So I recommend, I mean girls do it all the time, but I just recommend putting your brush on the eyeshadow first and then wetting it. That way you don't mess up your eyeshadow. I'm just gonna be applying this all over the lid. Again, I'm going to dip my brush in here and spray it. And I'm going to be starting up here and swiping down. I feel like that's the best way to apply your eyeshadows when they're wet. That way they don't get all messed up. Just start up here and swipe down. And then I only kind of like swipe back and forth if I'm trying to get in there up here a little higher, but to begin with, you always want to swipe down. So then taking a little bit of transition and a little bit of hashtag, I'm gonna, ooh, just a little hair on there. I'm gonna be blending out that lid shade. So now I'm gonna be taking this Mary Kay brush, and I'm gonna use this side of the brush. And I'm gonna be taking the shade Teddy Bear again. And I'm gonna kind of create a line here like if I was applying eyeliner. This is just really gonna help kind of add a little smoky effect, but nothing too dramatic since I'm not gonna be doing liner or wing or anything like that. Just apply it really close to the lash line using little strokes. And then wing it out just a little bit, but not really. So now just to add a little bit of depth to the eyes and like a little bit of smokiness, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. I feel like if I don't do this with my eyes, like I feel like I look kind of tired. I always have to add a little bit of black on my eyes for some reason. I don't know, I just feel like I do. So I'm gonna be applying it just on the outer part of my lid right here, really close to the lash line. I'm gonna kind of do the same thing I did with the eyeshadow. Just apply it right here and just keeping it on the outer part, not bringing it all the way in. Just like that. And if you want, you can just go ahead with that same brush earlier and kind of blend that line out a little bit with the shade Teddy Bear again, so it's not harsh. And now I'm gonna apply my mascara. I'm using the Lash Sensational mascara. This is in the shade Black. I'm pretty sure it's black. Every mascara that I get is always either Blackest black, Darkest black, black, really black. So I'm just gonna be applying this on my lashes. Okay, so now I'm gonna be applying my false lashes. I'm gonna be using the Ardell 163 lashes. These lashes I have been so in love with. When I first saw these lashes, they reminded me a lot of like the Bambi lashes from House of Lashes. They have that like doll-like effect. They're kind of separated and they have little spaces, you know, so I love these so much, and every time I use these lashes I get a compliment. I'm not kidding. They're so great. Okay, my lashes are on, and now I'm gonna go ahead and start with my face. I'm gonna be applying this Pure Door Argan Oil. I used this on my last kind of spring in tutorial, and I'm gonna use it again today because I just love that pretty glow that it gives my face. So I'm just gonna take like 1, 2, 3 drops of, well, 4 I guess. I'm only gonna use 3, but I guess I'll use 4. And I'm not gonna be applying none on my T-zone area because I'm just gonna pull it up here because I put too much. Because my T-zone already gets very oily, so I'm just gonna be applying it like on the sides here. If you would like to purchase this argan oil, I will list a link down below where you can buy it, and I also do have a discount code, a coupon code for you if you want to save some money. Like I think it's like 25% off. So yeah, I have been using that argan oil non-stop. I use it for my face every day and every night, and I mix it with my foundations. I use it all over my body. It's amazing. So yeah, and I'm gonna be taking this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I'm using the shade 06 Sand Beige. So at first I thought it was a little too dark for me, but it actually fits pretty good. So I'm pumping a little bit on the palm of my hand, and I'm gonna be using this sponge and just applying this all over my face. Okay, so now to highlight and conceal, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. And then I'm going to take this Mary Kay Facial highlighting pen to highlight. I'm going to apply the concealer first. I love using this concealer because it's just so lightweight and creamy and hydrating. That's what I want for this look, so that's why I'm using it. I'm gonna do the upside down triangle here, and then do the bridge of the nose, forehead, Cupid's bow, and little edges right here. Then just applying a little bit here to further highlight. And this highlighting pen is in the shade 2. I think that's the shade, like the number 2. And with the tip of my Real Technique sponge, I'm just blending this out. Then I'm going to take my Airspun Loose Face Translucent Powder, face powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. I'm going to take my sponge, just the tip of it, tap off any excess, and just put it under the eyes here a little bit. Just to set my concealer. And I'm really going to bake on my nose because it gets so oily. Then right away I'm just going to dust off the extra powder. I don't really want to bake under my eyes because I don't want to be super mattifying. Now with my Shed and Light contour kit from Kat Von D, I'm going to be taking the shade Shadow Play, the shade right here. And I'm going to be applying this to my cheekbones. I'm going to be using this brush from Isabella Phantom. It's a nice, like, flat brush to contour. I'm going to be applying a little bit in my cheekbone area. With this shade right here, which is the shade Lyric, I'm going to be applying it under the eyes to brighten a little bit more. It's a banana shade. Now taking my Milani blush in the shade Luminoso, I'm going to be using my dual fiber blush brush from Sigma, the F15. It's a little bit dirty, but don't mind that. Just going to be applying this on the apples of the cheeks and then bringing it back. Sometimes I have to smile to see where it's at, right here. And for my highlight, I'm taking my Mary Luminizer highlight from the Balm. I'm going to be using my finger. And I'm just going to be applying some on the high ends of my cheekbones. I'm also going to be applying some of that highlight in the inner corner of my eyes. It's my favorite highlight to use. Oops, I definitely went too low there. It's my favorite highlight to use on the inner corner and also as my brow bone highlight, so that's what I'm going to use. Alright, so we're down with the under eyes. I'm going to be taking the shade Teddy Bear to begin with. Shade right here, and I'm going to take the same Mary Kay brush that I use, and I'm going to be applying a little line here under my waterline. I'm taking this pencil brush. I'm going to be taking the shade Transition and Hashtag, which is these two shades right there. I'm going to be smoking out that teddy bear shade like I always do. I applied the dark shade and then I smoke it out with two lighter shades or one lighter shade, whatever it may be. I'm going to take just a little bit of my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner again. And with my angled brush, the Sigma E65 brush, I'm going to apply just a little bit on the lower lash line out here. And then again with the pencil brush and the two shades Transition and Hashtag, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit more. Then I'm going to take the Scandalous Eyes, let's see, waterproof kohl pencil in the shade Nude. It's just the pencil I always use if I want to do like a nude on my waterline. Using a nude pencil on your waterline is just really going to help make your eyes pop and look more awake and more open. So yeah, if you have very small eyes, I highly recommend using a pencil like this one to just line your your waterline, and it'll just help make your eyes pop. So yeah. So then I'm just going to apply mascara on my bottom lashes, and I did just apply some Aquaphor on my lips because I'm about to apply some liquid lipstick. So I just want to prep it a little bit. I put it on at first, but I like to apply some just right before I'm about to apply my lipstick. Really quickly, I'm going to apply my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade Clear or Transparent. Hold on. Transparent. I did my brows, but I forgot to add the gel. I have actually been loving this. At first when I used it, I felt like it really didn't do much for my brow hairs to keep them in place, but then I kind of trimmed them a little bit, and now I feel like it works so much better. So this is what I've been using to kind of tame these brows, because Lord knows they have a mind of their own. I'm telling y'all. Now moving on to lipstick, I'm going to be taking the shade Solow from Colourpop Cosmetics. I love this shade so much. It's such a beautiful springy shade. So I'm going to be applying this on my lips. Alright guys, this is going to conclude the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I met y'all's expectations, because so many girls loved this, the picture that I posted on Facebook and Instagram. I hope this is what y'all expected, and anyways, I thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye!
Hell yeah.